And we are live.
Hey, yo, welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. I'm a classically trained chef. What I am is a self taught home cook. I studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak. Together, we just like to call the Friday Night Feast. This happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. We'll cook up an entree, maybe a couple little snacks. We'll show you how to do it. And we spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with a lot of our friends in the Hungry Horde. Hope you can tune in sometime. We'd love to have you over for dinner. Today, what you're watching is my MS Journey update for week 181. It's been that long, y'all.
Wow.
And so far, everything's going smooth. I'm a little tired. I've been running around the house getting some stuff together. It's been a busy morning.
You want to tell one of the fun chores you got to do today?
I don't remember what it was now, honestly. Oh, yeah. We don't know if one of the dogs got it or she fell out of the tree or whatever. But Shelly was outside. We actually, you see, we got our Dutch because they did a two-for deal. You get 2 times the points if you ran and got 2 drinks, and it was their Father's Day special. And I guess I'm my dog dad.
Yeah, and you add a special sticker today, so he's a rad dad, according to Dutch.
Yeah. So when we got back home, she took the dogs out to use the bathroom, and she noticed there's a little squirrel laying in the middle of the yard.
Well,
actually, what was it again? She just hollered at me. I was trying to get some stuff done.
Yeah, so actually what happened is Sam came running in at full blast, like he always does. He's like, if he's going to go anywhere, it's got to be 0 to 60. He doesn't know how to just, casually walk into the house. He's got to come flooring it. And I'm like, Delilah. And I looked, and you know where Penelope is, the little trees? I saw Delilah have something in her mouth that she was carrying towards the gate over here. And she dropped it. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's got a squirrel. So I run, get Heath, and then I get the dogs in. She didn't bring it on the deck. She dropped it right outside. And so he went and put gloves and everything and got the squirrel, but it was dead. It had flies already around it. So I don't know. She found it. It was like, oh, what's this? And then when she was like, well, I'm not really interested, and she dropped it because I didn't yell or anything at her.
Sam didn't care.
Yeah, Sam didn't care, and she just dropped it there. So I was like, so I don't know. Maybe she found it and, it somehow fell out of a tree and hurt itself. I don't know, but it was gone. So, and it wasn't like a mess, and she wasn't playing with it or trying to like tear it apart. She just kind of grabbed it by its collar and then dropped it a few feet away. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know if she found something or if she actually was the cause of the demise. I will say it's not the first time. A long time ago, when I had a little terrier mix, George, they had some fun with the squirrel, and that was definitely different that time.
Right.
So this time it was very muted, but
it was very easy too. So I just grabbed a little like a Walmart bag or whatever. It was a little shopping bag, and just put on some disposable gloves, grabbed it by the tail, threw it in the bag, tied it off, threw it in the trash can. And then I stuck it out on the side of the house on the driveway so that it stink up in my garage.
Right, yeah, we don't want that.
The trash day's not till Wednesday, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the fun of our morning.
Right. Well, and then my chores this morning,
oh, yeah, what were your chores?
We had an order come in for some more of our spice blends. So I had to load some of that stuff in the dehydrator. And y'all know me and my gloves. I have to wear them because I fidget with my face and my eyes and stuff. So I'm working with hot peppers. So I put my gloves on, did those. Then I came over and I needed to start prepping my breakfast. I'm already gloved up, so let me go handle my ground pork. So I loaded it in the pan, put it on low, and then came over and fed the dogs. And then all that first thing. So they had to wait a little while for me to feed them this morning.
Oh, poor thing.
Right?
That's what. So she was hungry, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
usually I don't feed them till around 6:30, almost 7 though. But I fed them. They got me up around 6 though. So.
Oh my.
Oh. And then after we got back from getting our Dutch, Shelly and I doctored up some pork belly burnt ends. We loaded them on the smoker.
Well, let me just say, so Aldi this week, y'all, you still have a few days. Check your local Aldi. They're having pork belly slabs for $2.99 a pound, $2.99 a pound. That's nearly half the price of even at Sam's, the lowest price at Sam's for pork belly is like $4.82 a pound.
And it was about that big.
Yeah, it was, so I got 4 slabs. They were all around 3 pounds each. And so we took one of the slabs and we're making pork belly burnt ends, and I'm super excited because it's going to be freaking delicious.
Yes. We haven't decided what we're having with it, but it's going to be good.
Yeah. I did buy some Brussels yesterday while I was at Aldi as well. So yeah, I'm just really excited for all these pork belly slabs. Did anybody else go to Aldi and get you some pork belly? Let me know now. I just thought that is a phenomenal deal. So
that's an idea too then.
Go get it.
You're saying we need strawberries, so maybe they have them on sale Tuesday. If they do, I can go to that same store and get some more pork belly.
The strawberries weren't on sale.
Still, if I'm out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can get another slab. So I thought that was just the phenomenal deal of the week.
And luckily today's a rest day, so I have to do those glorious squats.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So how are you doing with your squats?
Not too good. Honestly, it hurts.
What hurts specifically?
All of me.
All of you?
Yes. Mostly my upper thighs.
Okay.
Honestly. And I just get tired. I messed up the other day and I did like 40 of them before I went to work, and that was fun. And then throughout the day, I did several throughout the day. Just to get
you need to sit up because your drinks are tall.
Mm-hmm.
So are you getting them done each day?
Yes, I am, but it's still not fun. I don't like exercising.
But I heard squats are really good for testosterone building.
Yay.
Which is good as you're getting older.
Stretch it up.
I know, right?
I'm not older, I'm seasoned.
Yeah, you're well seasoned.
But that's about it. That's honestly all that's going on. I'm so happy too. Y'all saw a couple of weeks ago. I hope you saw anyways, where we had all those trees fall down. I had to cut them up and put them out to the street. Well, I think we talked about it Friday, but she found a phone number for a local place that comes and picks them up for us.
Well, it's part of our city maintenance.
But that's local.
But it's not like a business.
Right. So all I had to do this time was take them out to the street. And we actually went out and did some errands the other night. We didn't even notice that. I even told her the next morning. I was like, hey, you know what we missed out when we went? That they actually came out and grabbed those limbs.
Yeah, that was really helpful.
Right.
Well, how about otherwise what is going on?
Nothing, honestly. Just hanging out.
You're feeling now, you already drank your last energy drink.
Last Tuesday, maybe? Yeah.
And how are you doing now without it?
I miss them, honestly, but I'm getting by it.
Do you miss it for the energy?
No, I miss it for the flavor. Honestly, I never really got energy off of them. Only thing I really enjoyed about it was the flavors, because I love tropical fruits. And usually the ones I was buying were the fruity ones.
But I did get you the Redmonds.
Yes, and that was good too, but it's not as good. This is not carbonated.
Well, you could mix the Redmonds in with like a sparkling water.
But I thought when you did that, though, I thought it made them flat, sparkling. Okay, well, I'll have to try that.
You have to do it slowly, though, because if it's too full, it'll then fuzz over. Yeah.
All right.
So you don't want to go too crazy with it.
Oh.
And then how about your MS symptoms? Are you having any symptoms this week?
No, not at all. I think the main reason, and that's also why I don't have any, every time I go in for an MRI, or at least the last 2 I went in for, they said no new lesions. And I think, honestly, it's my diet and the exercise.
Mm-hmm. Staying active.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's both.
Well, you want to read some comments then? And if y'all have any questions about his MS or how he's treating it and so forth, use like QQQ and we'll get to those questions for you. My bear Lynette is here.
Howdy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to continue working and stitching during this live. Your boss, I swear.
Right.
I will glance at my phone to see comments every now and then, but I might miss something. I thought I thawed out some cube steak for dinner. Ooh,
nice.
How do you think I should prepare it? I'm a bit at a loss. We actually have a recipe for cube steaks.
Yes.
Let me see if I can get it for you, and then I'll share that. Because I think what we did was what we usually do for cube steaks.
It's like a chicken fried steak kind of thing, isn't it?
I think so. Let's see. Cube.
And then y'all, I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, we made a finger basket.
Oh, yeah, like steak finger basket, like you see it like in Dairy Queen or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Get shareable link.
I don't know if it shows or not, but I'm kind of drowsy right now.
Oh?
I'm just tired. And I think it's because I ate a big lunch before we went live.
Oh.
We had some leftovers from the video that's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I had a little side salad with it.
So I put the link in there, Lynette, for how we turn them into steak fingers, if you're interested in that. But yeah. Oh, did you already edit the video?
Yeah, we already posted. Remember, we already scheduled it. Remember, we did it last night.
Oh,
remember, we're setting it together. Today.
Well, I didn't know because we also filmed last night, so I didn't know if we were doing because that's what you had for lunch today was the leftovers from last night. So when you said you were editing it for tomorrow,
wasn't that video? What video did we release then? I'm sorry. Pull that up again. I lied to you.
The Moroccan.
Yes, that's what it was.
Okay,
My bad.
Last night.
Yeah, that'll be coming soon.
Yeah, it was.
I'll probably be editing that on Tuesday.
It was, but we're releasing it the following Monday. But it was really good, y'all.
Yes,
it's so easy.
Yes. So another instant pot meal.
Yes, an instant pot meal. So it won't be tomorrow. It'll be the following Monday. We'll release that one.
My bad.
But tomorrow's is really good too, which we did a short on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got the full video for you.
Another one there is thanks to Lynette.
Also. Yes. 2ATQ Cat said, "Hi everyone, happy Father's Day, Heath. Samson and Delilah are lucky to have you."
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, and happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there that follow our channel. Mm-hmm. What?
Well, just trying to say, both of mine are going.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Sorry. Yeah. You're sorry for both of them? I was surprised with that.
Well, I've known him my whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew him before they actually got married too. So, yeah.
And Lynette said, "Happy Father's Day, Heath." Oh, thanks. And Lynette said, swirl." I know,
right?
And Delilah was so delicate with it too. Like she was just took it by its collar, just
dainty.
And I was like. And
when I saw her, mama cat carrying
yes, exactly. Yeah. And when I saw it, I was like, because I was inside, and I was like, Heath, and I was like, of all the times, usually Heath is like running around me like a madman, and today he's out in the garage, and I'm like,
what was I doing in the garage?
I don't know what you were doing in the garage, but I was like, you need to come now, and you're like, huh, what? And then by the time we got back in here, opened the door, Delilah was just right here by the door, so she's
like, what?
She's already done with it, so I don't know.
And I didn't want to bring it in the house.
No.
So like I said, I put it in the
bag.
Little bag. I just threw it over the fence because right there in our we have a 3-car driveway, and our double gate goes right there on the driveway. So it just draws it right there so I can just go pick it up, throw it in the trash can, and then I just like I said, put the trash can out outside the house.
Patty's here. Hey, Patty. She goes, hello, multitasking while listening, laundry, meal prepping, cleaning, all the things.
All right.
Well, shoot, Patty, you need to come here because
technically we are too.
Yeah, but this house needs cleaning. I'll probably clean it after the live. Yeah. I will. It needs.
But how are you going to have time to do that when we're supposed to be getting caught up on Bridgerton?
I know. What did we get through? 3 episodes?
3 or 4, yeah.
3 episodes of Bridgerton yesterday.
We ended up going to bed like almost at midnight last night because we just couldn't stop watching.
It was so.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, which was a nice reprieve because we have been watching the new released Criminal Minds Evolution. Has anybody else been watching that?
So good.
So we didn't know that actually came out in 22. You're hiding.
Okay, but you have to remember, I'm also comfortable.
I know, but it's not good for camera. People want to see your handsome face. So, Criminal Minds Evolution came out in 22.
Uh-huh.
And then they just released the second season, but it's technically season 17 of Criminal Minds this year, right?
I believe so. Yes, because the thing said the new episodes drop every Thursday.
Yeah. So we watched season 16 or season 1 of Evolution. I'm telling y'all that, oh my gosh, it is a mind trip. Like, my work sister was like, she stopped watching after like season 4 or 5 because it just got too gruesome. I don't find it.
Isn't that when Grissom left?
Yeah, or Mandy Patinkin left.
Not when Grissom. Grissom was
Hodge?
No, Grissom. I'm
you're messing up shows.
Yeah, my bad.
You're thinking of Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
I can't say his name.
I can't remember his
And Hodge.
Yeah.
But Mandy left first because he felt like it got too gruesome. I will say, I didn't find Evolution gruesome.
No.
I mean, there are, of course, some parts that are, obviously it's a serial killer.
Constantly, I thought the language was worse than the visuals.
Right?
I didn't know they could do that on that platform.
But it's more of a mind trip because it's like, oh my gosh. And the writers, I think they did really well. Like, they were obviously inspired during the pandemic.
Yes.
And came up with some, like, it's a really trippy storyline. And so now season 2 or 17 is continuing that storyline. And I don't know, y'all. I was like, we need a break. Like, this is too much. And so we are making a break with Bridgerton. And I am all for Penelope. I freaking adore Penelope. I've always adored her. And I'm just loving this season.
And Lynette, I didn't even notice it till last night.
I know.
That other show you told us about.
Dairy Girls.
I was like, oh, what's her name from that?
No, that is not what you said.
So she looks just like.
You said, who Penelope reminds me of? And I'm like looking at him like, are you about to punk me here? And he's like, she looks kind of like that girl in Dairy Girls. I'm like, seriously.
I'm like, doppelganger.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't know the actress's name. And honestly, I never actually paid attention to the cast when the show's rolling, the opening credits and all.
But I know I told you. I was like, that's Penelope from
But
Bridgerton.
Again, I don't even remember the characters' names either.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since we watched the last season. We've been
I was like,
honestly,
I think there's a reason why she might look like herself.
And honestly, the whole time that we were watching this last couple episodes, I was still thinking about Criminal Minds.
But yes, I'm loving the Bridgerton. Who else has what? No spoilers, but who is up to date on Bridgerton? And how are you feeling about this season?
They were even talking about yesterday at work in the chat.
Oh, right.
And I told them we haven't started on it yet because we're still doing Criminal Minds. And they're like, oh, that's just gruesome, but so good.
Right. But I'm loving it. I'm still undecided about Colin. I mean, I like Colin. I like him. And obviously there's some chemistry there. We'll just see. The Lord Debling. I mean, he's interesting, right? But yeah, he is a little bland for her. And then I'm excited to see who the Francesca, who she ends up with. Because that was funny. The episode we just finished is when the Marquis was like, oh, yes, I love having a big family. I want to have 8 kids of my own. And she was like, excuse me, and left. I was like, girl, same.
Wow.
I would have been like, 8 kids? Okay, that's a bit much. I'm going to go outside. 8 kids. Woo. And I just feel like
it's like that one meme I've seen though, like where the back of somebody's car got all the kids' names on it. You're like, bro, get off of her.
Well, and I swear, I know it's been like a year or so since we watched Bridgerton, but I'm like, did their family grow? Like, there's more Bridgertons than I remember last time. I'm like, who's the little boy? I don't remember them having a little boy. And now I'm like, do they ever stop?
Is there another season after this?
Yeah, there's still more books. Yeah,
we need books, but are they gonna do the shows?
Probably. They're so this basically Colin and Penelope, and then there's Colin's older brother, the one that isn't married yet. Oh, I forget his name, but they have to do with him, and then.
Well, my thing too is like my normal gripes with British shows, they only do them real small.
Yeah,
they don't do a long lasting one. Like they wouldn't be doing it as long as like Criminal Minds is doing right now. It wouldn't be 17 seasons.
Oh, right. But
most of them cap out at like 8, which is what we're at right now. I think no, it's 8 episodes. Never mind.
They are trying to, kind of follow the books.
Okay, that's cool.
So we'll see. But yeah,
once I really get invested in it, that's when they cancel it. Once Swerve ends,
I think we're already invested.
Like really invested.
What do y'all think of the different seasons of Bridgerton? Which one has been your favorite so far? Which season was your favorite? Which couple was your favorite? Tweety Q Cat said, squat's good for testosterone building. Oh, good. I'll be a dude by the end of the squat challenge.
That's awesome.
I don't think it's quite that easy, right? My Bear Lynette said, are you ready for all the tropical rain coming this week?
No, I'm not actually.
You're far enough away from the coast that you might only get a few inches. I think my area is expecting 5 to 7.
Ouch.
I never have any idea of what the weather's going to be like in the coming week. So I didn't even know.
Just because I used to really, really, really keep an eye on it, like especially when I worked outside. But now I just come in. Only reason why I look at it is if I'm going to go cook out.
Yeah. So I didn't even know we were expecting rain.
Because I hate shopping in the rain.
Yeah. Oh, right. But yeah, I didn't know. So a lot of times we are far enough north that we often get skips, like especially, in my lifetime, because I've lived in this house forever. There's only been, I think, 2 hurricanes that even reached this far up north that were still considered a hurricane. So Hurricane Alicia.
I was living in Alvin when that happened. And I remember when I was living with my mom, we were on the 2nd floor of an apartment. I remember during the eye of the storm, I remember playing on the balcony.
Well, see, I remember Hurricane Alicia because, again, we're still about another hour from Alvin, where we're at. We were far enough north that I think my mother said by the time it hit us, it was still like a Hurricane 2 or whatever, 1 or 2. Like it was still a hurricane, but there were several trees down. I know that's hard to believe in this subdivision. There were trees down, but yeah, there were several trees that were down blocking the roads and stuff, but
that was mid-'80s, wasn't it?
Yeah. I just remember I was a little kid and my mom got really scared and she took my brother and I and we stayed in the hall bath.
I know, but I thought that's what you were supposed to do for tornadoes.
I don't know. That's what she did during that because the wind. Well, a lot of times with hurricanes, you can have tornadoes. But what was so funny, and some of y'all might get a kick out of this, my father at the time worked nights, so he would sleep during the day. And she tried to get him. She was like, look, because, we have that big sliding glass. Yeah. And at the time, we didn't have the deck or anything. Right. So it was kind of
even more open.
Yeah. And he was just like, no, I'm fine. And she was like, oh, well, whatever happens to him, the kids and I were going to be safe in the hall bath. And so she just left him there in the bed. It didn't give him another thought. We just stayed in the whole bath. She's like, well, we'll be protected. Who cares what happens to him?
That Ron White bit. He's like, that guy, there was that one big storm, and he tied himself to the tree so he could prove that he could last the hurricane winds and everything. He's like, look, brother, it's not that the wind's blowing, it's what the wind is blowing.
Right. Because
if you get hit by a Volkswagen, you're still going to get messed up.
Right. And she was just like, she figured, the winds might shatter that glass and it would go all over him.
The way the limbs and stuff go through
it. Right. But she didn't care. She's like, oh, well, you can stay there. That's right. I remember that one. And then
there was another one later in like the 90s, but I don't remember what it was now.
Katrina? There was one more. No, Katrina. By the time it hit up here, it was nothing. I don't even think we got rain.
Right. But that's the only 2 big ones that I remember by name.
Right.
I know there's a couple in between, but I don't remember them now.
Well, and not this far north. Again, usually this far north, we just, you know, it just is usually dissipated. By the time it gets all the way up here, it's gone. And then Lynette said, I always put my electrolytes in sparkling water.
Oh, okay.
It's like a fruity soda. I really like it, but yes, pour very slowly. Okay. So what I've seen before is you take, like if you're going to fill a new Topo bottle, you take a sip of the Topo and add a little bit, wait till the fizz dies down, add a little more.
I remember there's one time we were at a restaurant, I ordered a Topo and did that, and we made a mess on the table.
Yeah, because you went,
yeah. I did like I was filling up an empty bottle. Yeah.
You're welcome, Lynette. And Tweet Q Cat said, cute shirt, Shelly. Mm-hmm. Thank you. See, even in death, I'll still be drinking my coffee.
Oh, nice.
My bear Lynette said, would you believe I just figured out this morning that season The Bear came out in 2023? All this time I only watched season 1.
Oh, wow.
You haven't watched season 2?
Get caught up. So I think it's the 27th is when the new season comes out.
That's the next one. And now I hear the season 3 is coming out on June 27th. Yes.
Well, that means you got time to get caught up.
I know. We're excited about that one, too.
You got to do it between your fittings. So
right? And she said, yes, Heath, it's the same actress in both shows. And she's 37 years old. Can you believe that? And get this, Lynette. Here is the best thing about her. We share birthdays. Her and I have the same birthday. I told you awesome. This. She's just, I think, like 9 years younger than me. But otherwise, we have the same birthday.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm like, no wonder she's amazing. Of course she's great at that.
Is she actually British too?
I think she might be Irish.
Oh, okay.
Well, one of those. But anyways, she, I was really excited. And I don't know if anybody has seen the clip where somebody had asked her, well, how do you feel, being a person of your, someone who has a different, she goes, oh, being somebody of the perfect boobs. Category, yeah, it's nice to have perfect boobs, and that's what she would. They were trying to say something about her weight, and she was just like, "Yeah, it's great to be part of the perfect boobs." Wow. I was like, "Oh, that is awesome. That is something I would probably hope I would say in that moment, right?" Uh-huh. Patty said, "I stopped watching after the episode of all the shoes at the end. Shudder, that one, and the fact that I could never sit in any church view that someone could sit behind me ever again." Oh. I guess in Criminal Minds. I don't remember the episode of all the shoes.
But also, we've watched almost every episode up until then that I know of, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about the shoes.
But it's like she talks all the time. I forget a lot also. And I watch so many things. I give them the shows kind of meld together.
But yeah, I don't remember the one with the shoes. But isn't that cute? In that show, Penelope is also an amazing character. Mm-hmm. I like Penelope Garcia. Right. That it is a mind trip, right? Because there's certain things like watching the new season. I'm like, oh, you can't trust a married man. And I never thought about that before. And tell me if this is true, because what's the character? The older gentleman. What's his character name again?
Rossi.
He told, remember the wife, he was like, what is the first thing you notice about a man when he approaches you? And I'm thinking, and I never thought that. Yeah. I've never thought about that. I never look at a man and say, oh, is he wearing a ring or not? I guess because Heath and I don't wear jewelry, so it's not on my mind. And they said, because when you see a married, like a man with a ring, that it's not threatening. I'm like, please, maybe this is me, but it's like, what is he going to cheat on his wife? Like, I don't know. That's usually my thinking when I see, like, if a married man approaches me, I'm like, what's he trying to do here? Right?
What's he trying to sell me?
Right. Or, what's going on? I'm like more skeptical, because I'm like, why would a married man without his wife approach me in public?
I don't remember the character.
But maybe that's because I dated some cheaters before.
I don't remember the character's name. But I think the actor, if I remember correctly, the actor, his name was Shamar. He's in SWAT now.
Yeah.
I miss his character.
I do too.
I'm so sad that Reed wasn't in this one.
Yeah, Reed's not bad.
If we keep it up, it's going to be spoilers. So.
Right. But yeah, I was just like, is that true? y'all ladies, if a man, is that the first thing you look for in a man, is if he's got a wedding ring on? Maybe just because I've always been, I don't know, like if I'm always like aware of my surroundings and what's going on. So
well, you think he'd be aware of that then?
But to me, it doesn't matter if the man has a ring or not.
Oh,
I
still
don't.
A man.
To me, he's still a man.
Right.
So I don't immediately let my guard down because I'm like, oh, he's married, he's safe. I'm just like,
But again, how many times do we also comment? Why would they do this? Why do that?
I know I do that a lot.
Hollywood.
I do that a lot. I'm like, that don't make no sense to me. I would never do that.
Right. Or my biggest beef. I do this with every show. I don't care what it is. Whenever they invite people over or they let them come in the house or even themselves walking in, why do you leave the door open?
Yes.
That. And then when you see them driving up to the house, they like predominantly, almost every single time, will park like a mile away and walk in.
Yes.
Why?
I don't get
Who
that
does
either.
that?
Who does that? And they actually, the last episode we watched was based in Houston.
Yes, that kind of tripped me out. And they even actually named off a couple of areas that I'm
familiar
with.
Willowbrook.
Yeah.
And that's my thing too, is I guess because it's been, since I grew up here, it's been a long time since I had a new place that I moved into.
Right.
And I was like before I move in, I get familiar with the whole surrounding. Right. So the electricity went off and everything. I would have been like, but I like the Houston couples. They were fighters, man. Mm-hmm. They were like, you ain't taking us.
You in Texas now.
Right. So, well, he was in Houston the whole time, but I'm like, yeah. And then I never get in any of those when they separate. Because I'm like, why? If the electricity went off for me and you, we usually go together to get stuff done. We don't go, oh, honey, you go. Go figure it out. I'm like, no. But that's why I said maybe we're just maybe we watched too many.
I learned.
My bear Lynette said, I've watched all the episodes of Bridgerton. Always a favorite of mine. Yes. I'll be interested where they take it in season 4, simply because the way the season ended. Oh goodness.
She's already caught up.
Yeah. Several people are. And she goes, episode 4 Bridgerton this season is a turning point. You'll enjoy that episode. Well, that's the next one that we're going to watch. And so I'm excited about it, y'all. Sean's here. Hey, Sean said hello all. Sorry we're late. Well, happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Keto in the Mist. Hey,
how you doing?
Said, I'm a little disappointed in season 3, wishing I had waited to watch them all together.
Aww.
Well, that's what we're doing, because that's, I get too anxious.
Yes.
So if I really like something, I don't want to have to wait a week or two. And in fact, this also made me mad too, y'all. There is a Kevin Costner movie being released, and they're doing it in 2 parts.
2-part movie?
Yes. Remember I said that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? A part 1 and then a part 2 is like a month or 2 later? I'm like, first of all, it is too expensive to go see a movie. And then you want me to pay twice to see that movie, because basically I have to see part 1 and then I have to wait a month and see part 2.
Can you go in and wait at the end and do a double feature?
Well, maybe, but I'm just like, that's just, I don't like that at all. I don't like it at all. If I want to see a movie, I want to see the whole movie. Yeah. I don't want to have 2 parts to a movie. That would annoy me. A TV show, I get it. You got to keep the shows going, but a movie, So I'm like not gonna watch that movie because that's ridiculous.
That'll show them.
I know. Well, we might get it, later where we can watch both together.
Right.
But just the idea, I feel like it's a cash grab.
Right.
Is how it comes across to me.
Well, in way with any movie though, really, will they do a part 2?
If they do,
because now we're already set up to go see the 3rd Deadpool.
Yeah, but that's different to me. With him saying it's 2 parts, I figure part 1's going to end in a cliffhanger.
I got to.
And then you're going to have to wait another month or 2 to see it. It's not like a continuation of the story like a Deadpool. Here's another Deadpool. It's, we're not even going to give you the closure you need from a movie.
Right.
Oh, hey, Radical Geek is here. Hey, Matreya. She said, hi, everyone.
Howdy.
22 Cat said, I never watched Bridgerton, but I guess I should have.
You should. It's really good.
if you're a hopeless romantic like I am, yes, you have to.
And another thing I was thinking about too, we have the whole collection of Golden Girls. So when it gets too graphic for you, for the other one, we can pull some of those up and watch them.
Oh, and Patty hasn't seen it either. Well, to me, I think it's if you either like period pieces, like I see Lynette, you probably love the costumes.
Yes, that's true too.
But if you like period pieces, which I love period pieces, y'all. And or if you're a romantic, like I am a hopeless romantic, and oh my gosh, season 1 just laid that foundation, and I was like, oh, Heath, say you burn for me, please. But yeah, so I just love that. Oh, Sean said House of Dragon on June 26th.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
We haven't even watched the first season because
we didn't like the way the season finale of the other one was.
It was Game of Thrones.
This is a very big.
I know, so I'm kind of on the have my pitchfork whether I want to watch House of Dragon, but I'm kind of.
If you're standing up for it, Sean, I trust you.
I do like Matt Smith, so that's part of it.
Because we were really big.
Norman Game of Thrones. No. Oh, Walking Dead.
We loved that show, and then all of a sudden they just blew it out, and then so she gave up on it.
Yeah, I gave up completely on that.
And now there's like 32 spinoffs or whatever.
Who knows? I lost count. But also, I was gonna say, Good Omens is supposed to be coming back too.
That one's good too.
Love me some David Tennant. And my bear Lynette said, same birthday, so cool. I know. And she goes, the actress is Irish. So see, we must be related, right? Because, I have a little bit of Irish in me, same birthday. So obviously we're just long lost twins.
Right.
Patty said, yep, those were Criminal Mind episodes. Okay, I don't remember the shoes one. So, yeah, some of them, it really gets in your head. And I really feel like that about evolution. And to me, like, I don't like gore just for gore. Never been like a gore fan of any horror movies at all. I don't like gore. And I have to watch myself with a psychological thriller. So I enjoy watching a psychological thriller because to me, it seems more authentic and plausible. Yes, psychological. But then it gets in my head because as you see,
thinking about it.
Right, because then I'll go to the store and I'm like, I'm going to check under my car first. So I'm watching everybody around me. Like, it gets into that part of it. But, oh, Bad Apple. Hey, Renee said, hey, yo, Horde, been outside working and came in and take a little break. How y'all be?
Pretty good. Now you're here.
Yeah, we're doing great. What are you
working on?
Yeah, what are you doing outside?
You got a bunch of big projects, don't you, since you got that house?
Toy TQ Cat said, I never really pay attention to the wedding rings. I don't think of it. Exactly. I never did either. So I thought that was interesting. Rossi pointed it out, but I know it's part of the storyline.
Honestly, the only time I ever actually look for that kind of stuff is someone like my buddy who wears a ring on every single finger. That's the only time it ever stands out to me.
Yeah.
Or like when your mom did. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only time that stuff stands out to me is when it's overboard.
Right. And Renee said, I don't pay attention, especially so many married folks don't even wear rings anymore. Right. I think that's
I don't wear any jewelry.
Yeah. And
I don't wear a watch. I haven't worn a watch since first time I got a pager.
Since high school, I haven't worn one.
That's when I quit wearing them.
And I never liked it because my sweaty and but yeah, see, I've never paid attention either. So very interesting, right?
Yeah.
And Renee said, is the second half out for Bridgerton? Yes. It came out this past week. Oh, Lynette said Thursday.
We
Hey, Michelle.
Hey. Yeah, we waited until the whole thing's out and then started watching it.
Yes. And Renee said, now I got to binge. Yes. That's what we're doing. So we got 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
We're ready to watch the rest today. Faith MDS, hey, welcome back. Said, happy Father's Day, family. Happy Father's Day to you and yours. Hey, Caden's here. Hey,
Hey.
Caden. Said, hi,
Hey.
Shelly and Heath.
Howdy,
How are
howdy,
you
howdy.
doing? And Tweet Cat said, love the psychological thrillers. The slasher movies, not so much. See, that's my thing. Like slasher, gore fest. I just like, that's why I never gone into Friday the 13th or into Freddy. What was the Freddy? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I didn't get into those.
The first two were kind of okay, but then it became almost comical after that.
Yeah, like you made me watch whatever new one came out.
It was silly.
And I was just like, it's just too dumb to me.
Right.
Like, I just couldn't imagine being that obtuse, right? Like and really, are there people, and this is what gets me too about even Criminal Minds, because these strangers get into people's houses, and I'm like, how are they getting into houses? Because like, I triple check that my doors are locked all the time. So how are they getting in?
Hollywood.
Well, I know it's Hollywood, but to me, are there people out there who really don't ever lock their doors?
That's why, like, half the people too you see, like in the police force on the shows, would never become or would never be actually granted a badge.
Right. Well, I don't know. After your buddy got one, I figure it's pretty open. But anyways, and again, maybe it's because I've grown up in Houston, and being such a large city, I'm just more aware that, criminals are everywhere kind of thought process. So I'm always locking my doors. Whereas maybe if you grew up somewhere kind of in the country or a small town, maybe you don't.
Well, no, I'm just talking about police and everything. I just love that, remembering that Sarah Silverman joke.
No, stop. But,
but dangerous places. People always told. We have been cruising for a while now, and we're on several different like Facebook groups and stuff. People always commenting about, I wouldn't go there; it's dangerous and whatnot. I'm like, look, think about it seriously. The cruise line is in business to go to these places. Why would they purposely take you somewhere they know is dangerous? One, it's bad for business for their guests, and two, it's bad business for their crew also.
Yeah.
And if you have all this stuff going on, if there's whatever, whatever calamities are going on, it's not good business for them to go to that place. I think they have vetted it out. I mean, there's places here in Houston I know better than to go to. You just have to think about things.
Right. Yeah, I've definitely driven through parts of Houston where I'm like, oh, shit, I did not mean to be in this part of Houston. How do I get the heck out of here quickly?
In fact, there's one night we went to the rodeo, and we messed up and took the light rail. And I was like, well, just get off. And she's like, no, look where we're at. We're not getting off here. I was like, oh, yeah, this is what they talk about it. What do they call it on that one show? He's like, no, they talk about it on the news. It's called gunpoint. We don't get off here.
Right. But, yeah, I don't know.
There's places like that in every major city, though. Seriously.
Well, yeah, I would imagine there are.
Yeah.
In
that's the way big cities are.
Right.
Worldwide, not just in the States.
Kate said, I don't know when I turned into Archie Bunker or my dad, but I think that some of these serial killer shows are just giving idiots ideas.
Right.
Well, and that's kind of what the Criminal Minds, that's what they're alluding to, because Rossi, was an author.
Yeah.
And the serial killer.
Spoilers, though.
Well, it's not, but he's read all of Rossi's books.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but like Heath always says, if you're a criminal, you're just sitting around thinking up ideas.
I mean, that's almost I've had somebody tell me before, that's all prison is. It's a criminal think tank.
Yeah. So, I think in a way, though, I understand what you're saying because, yeah, it gives them ideas, but I think it also helps us because then it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't do that now because I saw that on the show. So now I'm aware I'm not going to, walk in a parking garage by myself in the middle of the night. Like that always shocks me. I'm like, because on one episode, a woman is walking in a desolate parking garage. I'm like, I would never walk alone in a parking garage.
Because, there's been a couple of times I've had some episodes or whatever. I had some nefarious people And then I felt like I was being followed. So simple. If you don't know where to go, you just drive straight to the police station.
Well, right. But me, like, I don't know. And this is, maybe I'm just, and I know it's part of the show. That's what Heath always tells me. I'm like, what woman in her 20s would be like, oh, I'm just going to walk alone in this parking garage where there's nobody around me? I'm like, maybe I've just always been a hyper aware where I'm just like, oh, no, I'm going to, if I have to park in a parking garage, I'm bringing Heath or a friend with me and we're going to go together. Or I would ask, you know, hey, the security guard, hey, can you follow me to my car?
Another reason to always valet.
Right, that too. But I don't know.
It's like all the scary movies anyways. How whenever they're running, they always fall.
Oh, I know. But I probably would fall if I was running.
No, but still, it's always the cliche. They always do that.
I know. Because was it that in was it
Scary Movie?
Scary Movie where she's like, oh, I'm supposed to fall. Oh, I'm supposed to break my leg. You remember?
Well, then they do all those they call it the 80 montage or whatever. They're doing the action parts. Yeah.
Yeah, but
that just means we watch too much TV.
Right. We probably do. Sean said, I don't wear a wedding ring because I used to work with electricity all the time. Now I'm just used to not wearing one.
Well, mine too, because I work with a table saw all the time, chop saws and stuff.
Yeah. And my thing is, I guess I just don't like the feel of it.
Because then at one time too, I even had it on a lanyard on a necklace, and I just didn't like it. It's just cumbersome.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't heavy. It's just annoying.
See, that's why I was like, when he said that, I was like, really? I mean, I know, again, it was to drive the storyline, but I was just like, that would not be the first thing I think of when I see a man approach me, is I don't think, oh, he's got a ring on. I just never, I guess the first thing I think is, okay, how can I take this son of a down if I need to? Where's his weak points?
Right.
22Q Cat said, not locking your doors, windows, and all of it sounds crazy to me. After watching tons of true crime shows, it's really very common. Yes. I don't get it. It's not 1968. That's what I'm saying is in this day and age. Now. Yeah, in this day and age, after, you know, what was the Night Stalker in California in the 70s and 80s and all these different ones throughout history, who is not locking their doors?
I mean, it got so bad, honestly, when I was working cabinets. These are brand new homes. And there's several times I had to get brand new Costco membership cards because I would use it to slip the locks. Because I couldn't wait on the guy to get there and unlock the house for me. So I'd go in and do my repairs.
Oh, yeah.
And get it out. I mean, some of them were so cool they actually gave me the construction lock.
The key. But yeah, it's just surprising. Who is doing that?
And what's really bad about that too, it taught me also though how secure our houses really are.
Terry said, not really follow the rules, but Queen Charlotte was my favorite. Oh, I do love Queen Charlotte. Yes, she is amazing. I do like her. No, you're not behind. Radical Geek said, I do kind of have that Shrek attitude of I'm scarier than anything else in this garage, but yeah, maybe not the best attitude. I encourage everyone to take a few self-defense courses.
Yes.
Right, exactly. Yes, I agree. Take some self-defense, learn some basics there. But yeah, I guess I don't have that attitude, but I'm just always try to be aware of everything around me.
I think part of it too is I just have a different way of looking at things than most people do. So I look at it different. Because like I tell you, that one guy I was going to school with, I don't know, he's been taking some kind of martial arts since he was like a little 3-year-old or whatever, right?
Okay.
He's like, I'm so good, and he's bragging about it and everything. Watch, I can show you how you can take somebody's gun away. I said, he goes, come here, he's got a gun. So I took 3 steps away from him.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, come at me. I'm like, why? I have a gun. It's a melee weapon. I can reach you from over there. I don't need to come at you. That's why I have the gun.
And that's what always shocks me too in these different shows is when somebody has some type of melee weapon. Why would they go closer to the person?
Right.
You know, like, oh, there's and even when it's the bad guy, right? And they're like, oh, there's the bad guy, but I want to get really close before I take a shot. I'm like, no, I wouldn't be.
That's the whole
I'd
point
be like,
of a gun.
I know. I'm like, why? Just so you can have the fight scene of where then the bad guy gets it from you.
Fair.
I know. And I'm just like, no, that's not how it works, y'all. And then I love like the last speeches they always give where they're like,
monologue.
I've got you now. This is what blah, 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 blah. I'm like, just like if that person had gone after my whole family, like I wouldn't be having a conversation with them. The conversation would be like,
click, click,
no,
boom.
No pulse, you're good. I'd be like John Wick, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a chance. Radical Geek said, I hardly watch TV and haven't watched any of the shows talked about. Well, I have, of course, heard of Game of Thrones and Bridgerton, never heard of The Bear.
But she has an excuse. She's never home. She can't watch TV. She's always off doing some kind of event.
I know, but
She's only home long enough to do her live streams.
The Bear is kind of like a cooking show,
yes.
so you might
really
enjoy that one. My Bear Lynette said, I did enjoy the Queen Charlotte spinoff series. I forgot about that. Thanks for mentioning it, Terry.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's about how she becomes Queen Charlotte, right? Oops.
Like I told you, though, I'm still kind of fuzzy on all the names. She's the one holding those balls they're all going to, right?
Well, each of the major families hold the balls. That's why they'll say, well, this is the Stowells, and, oh, this is the Bridgerton.
Yeah, but she's the one showing off.
But she's the queen, and so she goes to oversee.
Yeah, okay. So she has her own storyline, okay.
Yeah.
Standalone from that. Okay.
Right.
We need to look at that, too, then.
Yes.
Okay.
But I've seen bits and pieces.
Like I said, I'm halfway watching it because I didn't remember her name. The character's name. I just know she's the queen.
3 seasons in.
But I'm still, like I told you, we're watching this one and I'm still thinking about evolution.
Well, you were thinking about sleeping last night because
that's only the last episode.
Yeah, part of
because I woke you up. So how long have I been out for?
And I'm like, well, most of this episode.
No, I saw all of it. I thought.
No, you were asleep, but it was a good one. Yeah, so I'm excited to watch that. So we should be able to get in a couple more episodes before Maitreya has coffee talk today. And Maitreya said, laugh aloud, true. Pack, convention, unpack my life. Yes, you are always involved in so much stuff.
I get tired just reading what you do.
I know.
It's awesome, though, for you. I mean, seriously, that's amazing.
That's good. You're so involved.
Yes.
I feel like I'm like the complete opposite.
Yeah. We are definition homebodies.
Yeah, we're very much homebodies.
Because what I tell you, I said this month's going to be very eventful because we have a wedding. And in
July.
Yeah, in July. That's when it's coming month, that's what I'm saying. A wedding was one of the things we had to do.
Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah, that's us going out. That's our adventures.
That's us leaving the house.
Yeah.
We have a wedding one day.
Yeah.
And a movie another.
Yeah.
Our July is filled up, y'all.
Yes.
Sorry. If you wanted to do something with us July, our card is full.
The only other thing we have to pencil in, because we haven't actually planned it yet, is our monthly cook along.
Yeah. But still, we don't have to leave the house for that.
Right.
We got to do this month's too.
We're so we're bummers.
No, I think it's just we're homebodies.
Yeah.
We just enjoy. I think
we bought the house for a reason.
Well, and I get that, like, to be involved in different organizations and stuff. Yeah. I know that's probably the better human quality to do.
Right.
But
well, it's like that whole thing. Everybody like go big or go home. Like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go home. That's where I live.
Right.
I like it there.
I do. That's us. I guess we're kind of
oddballs.
Well, I was going to say oddballs. I was going to say, I guess we're kind of boring.
Yeah.
Because we don't
do
a whole lot.
I mean, for a while we were, but.
We were?
Well, do we remember we had those concert passes to the two
venues? Yeah.
And we'd always do that. We would go to the Renaissance Festival. We even drove to a couple different Renaissances.
Yeah.
But,
I do still like the Renaissance. You know, there's actually a movie about the Texas Renaissance.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, but they kind of make King George like this fluff piece, so obviously he fronted it. Right. And I was reading the Reddits about it. But I get down the Reddit hole, and I'm like, oh goodness.
But another reason why we stopped doing that is the money too.
Yeah, the money and
because like where there's been a couple of concerts coming, or even comedians coming, and we're like, man, we don't want to pay for that. We just watch him when he comes online.
Right, because Jim Gaffigan was coming to Sugarland, and we thought about it, but then we were like, but look, for us to get the seats we want, it's that much. And then I was reading about how awful the parking lot is for Sugarland, and that it like takes an hour just to get out of there. And I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with all that. We'll just watch them on TV.
Right.
But yeah, that's just, it's hard for me to get involved. And plus I think I'm just so reserved and introvert that it takes a lot for me to, I don't know, join something, right? Sean said, we always lock our doors. Right. Vehicles have cameras positioned all over. We also have items strategically placed throughout the house for defense.
Yes.
It's a big case of fool around and find out.
Yes.
Exactly. That's how, like, again, who doesn't lock their car doors? Really?
Right.
Where do you live that you don't lock? Like, I have to always, if I don't hear it go off 3 times, is it really locked?
Right. That's what I did too.
Lock.
In fact, I won't even close the garage door until I'm hear the click and watch the lights.
Yes, because otherwise it's like, did it lock?
Right.
And I don't know. Do we do anything strategically in the house?
Not really. About it online.
Huh?
No, we don't talk about it online.
Oh, that's true. But we do have the dogs.
Yes, that helps.
And I honestly feel like,
one of them anyway.
Yeah, Sam would probably just be like, "Hey, what's up?" But Delilah, I have to say,
her house.
That's the best thing about her is because she is so black.
Yes.
Especially when she was younger. Now she's getting, the little grays. But when she was younger, honestly, y'all, when I would turn off the light, I couldn't even see her.
She's like, what do they call it? A deep space.
I mean, she disappears, which I always thought was really good because if somebody did try to break in, they would never see her. And next thing they would know is they would hear her growling at them. And I'm telling you, I know she would tear somebody up.
Right.
And I know a lot of people say that about their dogs. And then they're surprised when they have when they do the fake attacks, and the dogs are greeting them. Sam would be the greeter. Like, I already know that. Sam would greet, and he'd just be like,
oh, a new friend.
What's going on? But Delilah, she has trust issues, and she's just like.
Because literally, y'all, it took her almost a year before she got used to me. I would put her out in the backyard. If me and her were both in the backyard, she would literally run to the other corner of the yard to get away from me.
Yeah.
It was forever long before she'd even come up to me when I was sitting on the couch.
Yes.
Now she won't leave me alone.
No. But also with that, she has bit your brothers.
Both of them. And I say that just means she's a good judge of character.
Right. And she just, she very much looks to me. So like if we have somebody new come to our house, she'll be standoffish. And she's, you can tell she's got that defensive stance and everything that dogs will get where they're like, I don't know, trust you. And she'll look at me like, okay, you tell me, Mom. And then I'll have to be like, it's okay. And then she's like, okay, Mom said it's okay. But if I was like, no, get away, she'd be like,
like when we did have the house, the insulation guys come out, we put them in the bedroom. Doors.
And even then, she was at the door the whole time, like. Lynette said, "I'm a homebody too. I only leave the house to go grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, or drive up to Spring to see you." Aww. Yeah, that's how I am. I feel like Saturdays are my errand days.
Yes.
That's the only days I get out. Right.
You should see the looks I get when I try and ask her if she wants to go somewhere with me on a Sunday. She's like, "You want to leave the house? Really?" Are you mad?
I know. Radical Geek said Hot Pockets.
Oh,
I would consider paying to see Jim Gaffigan. He cracks me up.
he is pretty funny.
He is hilarious. That's where we get the whole campy joke
Yes,
from.
yeah.
Where he's like,
It's in everybody's family.
yeah, the wife was like, but it's a tradition in our family. He's like, camping is a tradition in everybody's family. He's like, I'm not going to pay to pretend to be homeless. And I'm like, he gets me. He gets me.
Right.
But yes,
I actually said the Hot Pockets. I'm remembering the bit now.
Oh, okay. And then
I'll go dig it up.
And then, he shows up on my reels a lot, so I'll watch some of his jokes. But yeah, I was seriously considering it, but then we would have to drive to Sugar Land, which is about an hour away. Uh-huh. And then when I was reading all about the nightmare of that parking lot, I was like, oh, and I think the tickets for where we wanted would have been like $150 each.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Plus parking.
Yeah, plus the parking and all that. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go through all that.
Maybe I'm bougie or whatever, but I never even there's another theater, concert venue about a half hour north of us here in the Woodlands. I absolutely hate. It's outdoors.
Yeah, it's the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. You might have heard of that one.
Garbage.
No, it's all outdoors. Now, if you get in the VIP area, it does have air seats.
Yeah. It's covered, but it's not indoors.
It's covered and air conditioned. Yeah. Like it comes out, but still outside, when it's, 100 degrees outside, it still isn't going to be cool enough for me. But I just don't, and I don't like that either. The parking is horrible because it's like 5 different parking lots because the Woodlands, we can't have parking garages because, that looks unsightly.
And they don't even have, all the restaurant or the businesses up there can't have signage where you can actually see where the place is at. It all has to blend in with the scenery.
Yeah, they're very.
It's like everywhere you go, it's like you're going to the Batcave.
Yeah. Because it's the Woodlands, so it has to have woods everywhere.
Right.
So the parking is horrible there, and then
even the street signs are painted to match the woods.
Yeah, they're brown and green.
Yeah.
But then for the Cynthia Woods, so you got to park who knows where. There's 5 different ones. You hike there, and then you got to hike inside, and it just seems chaotic to me. So I know some people love it, but
the only way we can afford to go is all standing room only.
No, it would be the VIP ticket.
No, I said we can afford. Those are more expensive.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I would only go if I got the air conditioned, but those usually sell out fast. Yes. Or what it is a lot of businesses actually own those and then give it to their employees. Right. So it's really hard to even get those seats.
And then going back now to, I think I've seen all the acts I want to see.
Yeah.
There's no new acts that are coming out or current acts or whatever that I can't live without seeing. There's only one band, honestly. But we've looked at going, but the price was just crazy.
Who is that?
Foo Fighters.
I would love to see the Foo Fighters. But it also,
when Pat died, that's kind of, maybe I'm just being
I would still go for Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
But, they also play at that one place sometimes. Dave Grohl and some others will play at that place in New Orleans.
Oh.
But it only fits like 50 people there. Ooh. And it's first come, first serve.
Ooh. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And you never know because they'll just show up to play. So you don't know. You just have to take a chance.
6-hour drive for us.
Yeah. Lynette said, I've gone to the Sugar Land Smart Financial Center to see Jim Gaffigan. It was a few years ago and it was awesome. Back in those days, I could stay awake past 7:30. Right, because the show doesn't start till like 7:30 or 8, right?
Well, I really think the last comic we went and saw was on what's his name? Because remember they took our phones.
Oh,
what was his name now? I'm drawing a blank. Well, I think that's the last one we went to, isn't it?
I don't know if it was the last one.
Last comic.
Maybe.
That's what I don't remember anyway. Yeah. I think maybe it's because they did take our phone because they didn't want us filming him.
Yeah. Renee said, Devara has shown some protective snarls, but Jolly, definitely like his name, would just sniff a thief's crotch and be all prancy, right? Until the thief was like, okay, are you going to follow me up the stairs? And he'd be like, nah, upstairs is yours, buddy. I'll stay down here. Right. But yeah, isn't that cute? The male dogs, they're just like, whatever. That's how Sam would be. He'd just be like, if somebody brought a treat, he'd be, oh, okay, this is even better.
Right.
Because I've seen that before where, if it's somebody who's scoping you out, they'll know, oh, they got a dog, so I'll just bring a steak. I don't think Delilah would fall for that. Do you? Maybe?
Maybe
I don't
not,
know.
Though.
Hopefully we'll never have to find out, right? Lynette said, I would love to do some fun things, but everything costs money.
That's the problem, too.
Plus, I would also have the opportunity cost of losing money because I wouldn't be working time. So it's a double whammy.
Right, because isn't that usually what it is? Whenever you're going to go attend one of those events, is also a prime time for you to meet a client.
Yeah. So see,
because you got to get them on their grounds. I mean, on their schedule.
Well, some of the things, because I think Finster,
yes,
she was coming, and you were like, ooh, and I was like, okay, do we want to spend $300 to $400 for a night?
Oh.
Versus we could just see her special for free online.
Right.
So I guess that's kind of bad, but yeah, I just.
I think also Gabriel is on tour.
Oh, Gabriel Iglesias?
Yeah.
Oh, he's good too.
Yeah, but again, same issue.
Right. Renee said, I saw Jimmy Buffett at the Cynthia Woods. Is it Ribfest there? No. Ribfest isn't. Ribfest is out in Plantersville.
Yeah, about 30 minutes from there.
Yeah, at least. But that's Plantersville, Texas, and he actually owns the whole... it's a whole area that they've had it there for like 50 years now. Yeah, so that's all built up and it stays there. But yeah, Cynthia Woods, like Jimmy Buffett, they'll usually have Buzz Fest there every year, and a whole lot of acts go there. It's just, I've gone to a few concerts there, but
I have to. I've seen several bands there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Earth, I know I don't like it.
I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I feel like there was a couple other 80s times, but I did get the VIP seats because I was like, if I'm going to be there, I need air conditioning. And it was okay there. Yeah. But then it also, what aggravates me at shows is how many people get up 5 million times during a show. And that is so annoying because my thing is, and this is probably not smart on our end, is I want to be on the end.
Yes.
The aisle seat. Well, but then the drawback of getting an aisle seat, because my thinking is I want to be able to, get to my seat quickly. And then if I need to get up, I can. But then I also don't want to be in the middle because I don't want to have to make everybody stand up when I need to get to my seat. Versus when you're on aisle, you don't. But then the drawback is all the others that are in the middle constantly up and up. Oh, I got to get up. And I'm just like, seriously, you're getting up again? Like, are you even watching this show?
Right.
Oh, that annoys me. And I'm sorry if you're someone who has to get up 500 times. And it gets me during a movie when people do that. I'm like, again? You're getting up again? Like, get your shit together, people, before the show starts. Go use the restroom before it starts.
Wow. That's why I love going to theater, like plays and stuff like that, because they have intermissions.
Right, that's true. I like that. Those. I do like that. That is smart when there's intermission.
Yes.
Because then, okay, let's take a little break. And they do that, a lot of times during concerts, because there'll be an intermission between the opening act and the main act.
Yeah, that's the bad part about that, though, is when you do get the standing room only, then you lose your spot.
Oh, right. Renee said, my fear is always someone poisoning or shooting my pups when they break in. As a kid, our house was robbed. They hit several other houses and they killed dogs. Oh, yeah, see, my thing is, if that happened and I was home and they hurt my dogs in any way, that MFer is not walking out of here alive.
Well,
because you do that, you're gone. I don't care if I have to take my last breath. I will make sure it's your last breath because you don't take my dogs. You don't hurt my dogs. I will hurt you.
Right.
So that's my thing. Like I've already, no, I will do whatever it takes. Don't ever hurt my puppies.
Right.
Renee said, "Oh, I went to Red Fest when I first moved to Texas, so don't really remember."
Right.
Yeah, and it's hard to remember.
Well, and if you don't live down here, that makes sense. If you don't actually from the area, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because honestly, from where you're at, it's basically the same thing for her. You know, driving up here to either Red Fest or the Woodlands.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Sean
Houston
said, "I always get an aisle seat for the same reason, right? Like we think
we even do that even when we go to the movies.
Yeah, a couple times we have gotten, when you're paying $15 for a freaking ticket, like we will get like kind of, okay, what's the best seat in the house? That's where we're going to sit because we're paying that price.
And my thing too, my problem with that is I can buy the DVD for the same price.
Yeah, a lot of times. But some movies, like I felt Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one we saw in theater?
We saw that.
That good in the theater.
And we saw Oppenheimer and one of them.
Yeah, and Barbie in the movie theater. But I really feel like Oppenheimer and Barbie, you could have waited.
Right.
But Dungeons and Dragons, it was just something about watching that in the theater. And I feel like it's the same thing with Deadpool.
Yes.
It's just the theater does add a certain ambiance to a movie that will heighten it even better. Like having that complete surround sound and everything. I do like that. Patty said, and they are usually getting up to get alcohol. I do not know how they afford all that alcohol. Yes, Patty. How? Like I will see them just a new drink and I'm like, look at the drinks and they're like, what, $10 to $15 for a little cup of beer? I'm like, how do you drink that much? Or they'll come with the buckets and then they get another bucket. I'm like, I mean, are y'all just saving up and you're like, we're going to the concert. We've got $500 just for our alcohol tab because I don't know how you afford that much alcohol. It is so expensive. And even the food is ridiculous
and it's not even good.
No, and I've looked at it before and I'm like, for the same amount of money you would spend there, let's just go eat at a nice restaurant first.
But see, that's part of our thing too. Every time we do go to a thing like that, we go eat first.
Yes, that's right. Because then you've got your eating and your drinking.
Yeah.
Right? And you get that done before you get there. Right. And then you don't need to buy anything else because you're full and you're not thirsty because you drank a whole bunch of water before you got there.
But still, that's another added expense.
Well, yeah. So
that's another reason we look at too.
Yeah, because that's what I tell them when I'm like, okay, tickets for Jim Gaffigan would be $300, and then another $100 or so just to go eat before the show.
Then we also, when we do that, we want to find a restaurant that's close by also, so we can.
Yeah. Renee said that intermission song is in my head. Let's all go to the movies.
Right.
So, these guys had shooters planted in woods behind the homes, as well as armed 2 men in the home. I almost walked in on them, but saw the broken door frame and went to the neighbors.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Renee, that's crazy.
I didn't know you ever had to go through that. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, crazy. You've never told us that.
You've been through some stuff.
Oh, wow. Sean said, I used to love to go to the movies. I don't know why, but I don't go as often anymore.
I grew up going to the movies.
Well, you know what it is, Sean? It's called money.
Yeah. Well, because
they're so expensive. And they have tried to improve it since we went, where it was just like bleacher seating before. And now you've got basically a lazy boy you get to sit in now. And a lot of them serve like gourmet food, like the one we're going to.
Yeah, the only thing problem with that, most of those, it's mostly bar food. It's still all carbs. That's the only thing I'm really mad about it.
Not that. Remember, we looked at the menu for Sinopolis and the other one we've gone to, and they have really good salad. Remember the shrimp cob salad you got last time?
That one was good.
Yeah, I mean,
but obviously there, I can't take pictures of my food.
Right, and I have noticed. Does anybody else feel this way? At the movie theaters where you order food, like you have gourmet food, I don't find the food taste as good. And I think it's because you're not using all of your senses, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting the sense of the smell really because it's so cold in there, kind of neutralizes, and you don't get to visually see the
Right.
food. So to me, it doesn't end up tasting as good as it sounds. Like when he got that Cajun shrimp cob, he was like, oh my gosh, this sounds so good. It had all the good stuff on it. And he ate it. He was like, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like
Oh my
$16
God.
good.
Right.
So the prices nowadays, uh, and I feel like before we used to go like the movies, you'd want to go at night.
Yes.
And I feel like us now, we're like, 9 o'clock, we really want to be home and get ready for bed.
But we're so cheap. What we used to do, honestly, this is pre-keto. There's a couple of restaurants up here. We would go eat. We figured out there's a couple of movie houses. They do like matinee,
Yeah.
or certain times of the week they would do a cheaper price. We would go eat at this one restaurant because we do valet parking, because the other parking for the movie house was garage parking, and you had to hike back and forth, take an elevator, this and there. We would valet park, go in and eat, and basically walk across the street to the theater and watch our movie, then go back and get in our car and go home.
Yeah, get the valet afterwards.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've done every time.
Yes, and then some movie houses nowadays even offer valet.
Wow.
So they've gotten fancy. Patty said, I am always like, I can pay a house payment on what they spend on alcohol.
Yes.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
Ain't that the
That's what I'm
truth?
thinking about also.
But I've seen that a lot on cruises too.
Yes.
Like I can't. Anytime
The whole cost of a cruise for some folks is the drink package.
I know. Well, for us,
Yeah.
the only time we ever had the drink package on a cruise, like the alcohol drink package, was because we got it given to us. I've never paid for it.
Right.
Because the price of the alcohol package is higher than the cruise itself. I couldn't imagine spending $300-400 for drinks for a week per person, and everybody in the cabin has to get it. So you're looking at $700-800 if it's a couple just for drinking for the week. That just blows my mind. I was always like that. Even pre-keto, I was like, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money just to drink alcohol. I don't need alcohol like that. Not that kind of money. But yeah, and even at concerts and everything else, I'm like, and even drinks nowadays.
And then watered down too.
Right. And a lot of drinks, though, like on the menu, like you look at those and those drinks, $15-20 to go out and get a cocktail. No. Mama Bear Lynette said it is expensive, but lots of people in this area work in the oil and gas industry, not to mention the professionals in the medical districts. My neighbor spent $800-1200 on a prom dress that will only be worn for 3 hours. Yeah. They definitely can afford $500 or more for a concert ticket.
Right.
These are people who take Mediterranean cruises every year.
This is how the other half lives.
Right, I guess. Or the half that...
You said homeboy you were watching, he takes his crew on a cruise every single year.
Clark.
Or like travel every single year.
Yeah, not a cruise.
It depends on what's on sale.
Yeah, he does whatever's on sale.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too, I'd be curious because, after I listened to like Clark Howard, Ramit Sethi and all this, like Ramit's always talking to these high earners that have no money because they're always spending on Mediterranean cruises or whatever cruises, and they're spending, $500 for a concert ticket and all this stuff. Just because they have money doesn't mean they have money.
Right.
And
they could be in debt up to their eyeballs.
Right. And so I'm the type of person where I'm like, now I'm going to think about my long-term self than the short-term to go see a concert that I can see online for free. But because I was reading one of my financial newsletters I get, they said only 22%, according to Bankrate, only 22% of people have their money in a high yield savings.
Oh, wow.
And only, I think, what did I tell you? It was like only 30% of people even have a savings account.
Ouch.
What? That just blows my mind. So I just couldn't believe that. Radical Geek said, I'm sorry, Shelly, I have a tiny old person bladder. I do go before. I don't buy drinks, etc. Well, that's okay. I get it. But I'm just saying that's my issue when I go out is how often people get up. But most of them,
I don't care why they're getting up. The fact they're getting up.
Right. And I, like, if you're just going to the restroom several times, I mean, I get that. And I know some people, like, his brother has, like, no bladder at all. It's like he drinks and he has to go. I've never seen someone go as much as he does. And so that I kind of get, but most of them are like Patty said, they're mostly buying alcohol because they come back every time with more drinks or food or whatever it is. And I'm just like, can you just get your drinks and food all at once? And Radical Geek said $300. Never mind. He isn't that funny.
Right? No, you know what I think is the best joke? Asking that much for a ticket.
Right. Well, and again, that's for the premium seats, and that's a couple.
Right.
So it's like a lot of times I'll like when we went to Universal, a lot of the people we were going with, they were just going by themselves, and they're like, oh, well, the ticket's only $150, or no, I think they were like, well, it's $300 for 3 days, and I'm like, for one person. Right. But when I'm looking at it, I always look at what's the cost for two. So $300 might be like, okay, well, we're on vacation. $300 is doable, but it isn't $300. It's $600 for us. And it really have to think things through and be like, ooh, I look at the total price for two people, and that really ups the ante where it's like, ooh, I don't want to spend that kind of money just for a night out. Renee said, I was 13. It was a group of guys that one was actually the town sheriff's criminal son. Wow. They took all dad's guns to sell for $500 a day. Drug habit, big talk in small town. Wow.
That's throwed.
Renee, that is throwed. Wow. Sean said, I just think there aren't as many good movies that come out anymore. I'm looking forward to Deadpool, but there wasn't anything we're seeing at the beginning of summer blockbuster season. I agree. And
you know what it is? I think they're running out of ideas.
Well, yeah, because they do a lot of repeat ideas. I'm kind of tired of them remaking movies from the 80s and 90s.
Or taking the TV shows and turn them into a movie.
Right. Can we just stop with remaking? Like, get a new idea, people.
Like, there's no reason to make the Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Right. Or
and I'm on the fence about seeing The Fall Guy.
I don't know if I'm going to. Me, I wouldn't see that in the movie theater. To me, that's something to watch afterwards.
Right.
But, and I agree with you. Like, I was watching some reel where they're like, here's the greatest, or here's the upcoming movies for the summer blockbuster. This is where they really hit home on the best movies. And he went through like 20 movies coming out between like May and August. And there was like, what, two?
I think.
Two we were maybe interested in.
Honestly, they were so good, we don't even remember who they were.
Right. And we were like, okay, there's maybe two we'll see, but not enough to go to the theater. Right. And I think that's part of it too. Now is when we were, younger, you mostly, if you wanted to see a movie, you had to go to the movie theater. And now with streaming and VPNs and everything else, you don't need to go to the theater to see a movie. Or it would be, back in the day, if a movie was released, you wouldn't be able to rent that movie for several more months. So if you wanted to, everybody else is talking about the movie, you had to go see it so you could see what everybody was talking about. Nowadays, a lot of movies, they'll release to the theater, but you could still stream it. So there's no need to have to go to a theater because you could just stream it and see what everybody's talking about. And so that's kind of changed the how we even look at movies. Renee said, I go to the movies, I go to a matinee or I don't go. Yeah, because the prices, they're too expensive. Lynette said, I treat myself to a movie a couple times a year. I usually go to the first showing of the day on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I know it sounds crazy, but I get a ticket for about $7. Oh, I bet. I'm sure. Especially on a Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe even cheaper. Renee said, our local theaters are usually around $6 for matinee, and I usually bring my own big purse and little fleece throw. Yep. It's so dang cold in there. Right, cold for you, because you think our house is cold.
We used to do that too. We used to not remember we ought to have you carry your big purse and we bring our own drinks in.
Our own drinks and snacks and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or another thing, thinking about TV and stuff like that too. Like most everybody nowadays with their cable and everything have is a DVR, right?
Yeah.
They still get excited about Super Bowl commercials. I don't understand. You spend all year long paying not to watch them. Now you want to watch them.
Right. Well,
that's what I'm saying before about me thinking about things differently.
And I never get that cold where I need a blanket, but I like it cold. So, but I know you get real chilly. Mighty Healthy Michelle says, Sean and I usually sneak in our own snacks, purse bacon.
Yeah.
We usually buy water and put electrolytes in it. That's good. That's smart. Brenda F is here. Says, hello. How are you? Renee said, I was buying a water in the theater, but many sell Dasani, and I just don't like that brand. Seems to have a funky taste. Oh.
Well, remember, too, for a while there, we had that at the comedy place, we had the passes, but it was still a 2-drink minimum. Yeah. So I always ordered the water and brought my own stuff to add to it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just, That's why it's like for Deadpool, we picked the theater that has like the fancy smancy menu, and we scoped it out ahead of time to see what we could order.
Go ahead.
And so I'm already planning that part as part of the experience. Like I'm like, okay, and I know we're gonna eat there and probably order a drink. I don't even know. I might order a water or a tea.
I'm gonna go with at least a tea.
Yeah.
Before I would have got diet soda, but I'm not now. But I really like about what that thing do. The movie is supposed to come out till that Friday, but by buying that thing you got, we actually get to see it the day before.
Well, I don't think it's just because I bought the ticket. I think anybody could go see it on Thursday.
Oh, because it's not all the advertisement last week says it's not supposed to be out till Friday though.
Right, but like they'll do an early release. For some theaters and you go see
That's why I said before that I thought we were not going to do the live that night. But if we're doing Thursday, there's no reason not
We are going Thursday. It's already paid for.
That's what I'm saying, though. There's no reason not to now.
Lynette said, I'm telling you, some of my clients have money. They're anesthesiologists, NFL players that have now retired, neurosurgeons. These folks have more money than they know what to do with.
I got some ideas to do over here.
Have you watched Ramit Sethi? Because it's actually, and I'm not saying them particular, but it's just something interesting I've learned. They said actually a lot of doctors are horrible with money. They know how to make a lot of money, but they don't know how to keep a lot of money, and that they're in debt up to their eyeballs. A lot of who Ramit interviews, these are people who are making well into the 6-figure income, and then their debt is just out of control because they're like figures. Right. Or, their kids have to go to a certain school that costs them $64,000 a year.
You got to keep up with the Joneses.
Right. And keep it up with the Joneses, always having a new car every other year and all of this stuff that they do. And in fact, on one, they were talking about, like the Real Housewives. Now, this was on a different financial channel, but they said a lot of them, it cost a lot of money to be famous. A lot of these people, that's why they start, their MLMs and everything, because it's so expensive to be a famous person because you're always having to pay out for this and this and this and this. So, but yeah, I know some people do make a lot of money. I just wonder if they're smart with saving the money for later. Let's see, who says a Coca-Cola for you? Hey, said hello. I was thinking about you two this morning. I'll catch the replay after I get home. Have a great day. Love, Yvette. Well, hi, Yvette. Thanks for watching.
Wow, thank you.
Renee said at work, many of the la-di-das, as I call them, or VIP patients are put on caseload. I've had some crazy thank you gifts that we weren't supposed to take, but CEO has okayed. That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, they should. Simple said, just drop it in to say hello. Hey, Dustin. Renee said one was a $150 gift card to an Italian restaurant. Luckily, they did have a little market with meats and cheeses I could use. Oh, that's nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Lynette said, I did see The Fall Guy in movie theater and I truly enjoyed it. Oh, okay. Because I've seen a couple of the trailers and I was just like, I don't know. But if you think it's good, so far, everything you've told us has been a knockout.
Yeah.
Dustin said, I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. Yes, we got our tickets. We got our necklaces this past week. So we have the Deadpool Wolverine necklace, Best Friends Forever. And then we already got our seats booked. So we'll be doing that Thursday.
Dinner and a show.
Yeah. And we're supposed to get some kind of movie poster, I think, next month.
Nice.
And
I thought it was also a digital poster or something though.
Yeah, and I forget there's a couple things we're supposed to get with it. But yeah, so I'm really excited about Deadpool 3. Terry said, I haven't been to the movies in many years. One, I can wait a bit and watch them on my TV at home, pause it whenever I want, and rewind when I want. Two, triggers me to want buttered popcorn. I know, that's my hard one, is I love buttered popcorn. 3 is cost. Oh, yeah. See, I'm right there with you. Keto Simple said, we'd like to go dinner first, then get a soda at the movies, but we will pack snacks. Exactly. Sean said, before keto, we would bring in empty buckets, get a bucket of popcorn. We would fill the other buckets and go get our free refill before the movie even started. Yes, like I usually would do where it was unlimited refills. So I would eat it before the movie started. I would already have it down, and then I'd go get the refill. And then as we were leaving the theater, I would get another refill to take home with me.
Yeah, I got you all beat though.
Oh?
Where I grew up, we had a dollar theater. Okay. And Mom would drop us off shortly after they opened. So we'd go see the first movie and leave us there all day long. We would literally hop from movie to movie. And we only paid for the first movie. Mm-hmm. That's the way I was taught.
Michelle said, I could eat at home, I could eat a whole large bucket of popcorn by myself. Yes, ma'am, me too. That was my thing. And yeah, that was really the driving force of going to the movies. Is because I wanted the bucket of popcorn and putting that fresh butter all over it. And I had a friend at one time, she was like, oh, I hate the melted butter. It just makes popcorn soggy. And I'm like, that's the best part. You're not eating it fast enough if it's soggy. Right. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, and then I would even get it. User error there. I would get the box of nonpareils, sprinkle that on the popcorn, and like I put the butter first and then pour the nonpareil. I don't know why I was so unhealthy.
That's what do you call it? Professional level.
I know. Keto Simple said, movie theater in our town sells a summer bucket for like $25. And then it's cheaper to fill whenever you go in. Yeah. So usually I think it's AMC does some kind of promotion like that. They'll have some kind of like special bucket that's reusable. You pay one fee, and then every time you go, then you get the refill at a certain price.
You're right, because I just remember it was just about a month ago, I actually ended up throwing it away. It was in the top. Oh. It was in the top of the pantry.
Oh wow, that's hilarious. Been up there.
No, I know what. It was actually in the cabinet in the garage.
Oh, that makes more sense.
There was 3 or 4 of them. And then throwing it away.
Because that's what you did. And then you get the refill for just a few bucks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Renee said, yeah, the popcorn is a trigger for me too. Yes. I always had to have extra butter layered in. The past years, I've came a few times for a small, but my stomach definitely lets me know that was a bad idea. Uh-huh. Yeah, that is my thing too. Even before, I always got sick because my ulcerative colitis did not mix well, probably because that's nothing but seed oils. It's not real butter.
Right.
And I would always be sick as a dog. And I even had a friend one time, she was like, if you get sick every time, why do you keep eating it? And I'm like, I guess I just like pain because I'm going to do it. And I know it's going to hurt, but it just feels too good not to.
My problem though wasn't the popcorn because I didn't care about it, honestly.
Oh.
I didn't get it. Or it was the chocolate and the hot dogs and the pizza.
Yeah, you always like that. I was just like, you could have all that. Just give me the popcorn. Yeah. And I would just, and then
Which reminds all carbs.
Right, but then you would be like, you're already done with your popcorn? Because you would then want a little piece. I'm like, I already finished it. You're like, and I'm like, go get me a refill.
But then I'm the guy who has to go get up.
Yeah. I'm not going to get up.
That you're complaining about.
I know. Patty said, gotta go. Everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend. You too, Patty.
What time is it? 2:30?
Yeah. Lynette said, just curious, where we go to dinner before the Deadpool? Well, actually, the movie theater we're going to is called Sinopolis here in the Woodlands. And they have a full luxury menu. So we're just going to eat there. We've done that a couple times. There's another one up here in the Woodlands. It's like, I forget. I don't know if it's Star Cinema, something like that has similar, a menu. Yeah, it has a very similar menu. So they have the one we went to before, Star Cinema, they have the Cajun shrimp cob, which is Heath's go-to. Yeah. And I think I got some kind of chicken salad or something. So we usually plan it out and we'll eat there. So that's our plan, is just to have dinner while we're watching the movie. Renee said, Shelly, your hair, lipstick, and shirt have you looking so pretty today. Oh, thank you, Renee. That's so sweet. Actually, so this is my, I don't know if you can see, it's black lipstick. And I have to say, this past couple of weeks, yesterday, 3 people complimented me on my lipstick. Now, a lot of them were Dutch employees, which I feel like they have to give a compliment, because I feel like they always give compliments, right, y'all? But the one yesterday, the kid, he was all he goes, oh, I love your butt. It's so hard to find a good black lipstick. Where did you get it? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, he said, there was this one brand of black lipstick I loved wearing. And then I would also get blue and neon green and stuff. I was like, wow, those are some cool colors. He's like, yeah, but it's just hard to find really good ones nowadays that stay on. And I was like, this stays pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I had a whole conversation about lipstick. And then the week before at the grocery store, the bagger, she was like, I love your lipstick. Where did you get it? It's so hard to find black lipstick. I was like, well, glad I did. Right. Lynette said, how many total carbs do you think was in a large bucket of popcorn? I used to eat one full one by myself and then take home. Are we talking 400 grams of bucket? What's your guess? Well, guess what? We can look. How many carbs in large bucket of movie popcorn? Look, it already filled it in. A large tub is 20 cups of popcorn. Let's see here. It's telling me all the other stuff. It's not telling me the carbs. Question. It's telling me how many calories or how many sodium or fat. I don't want. Oh, here we go. Anywhere from 41 to 148 grams of carbs, because AMC popcorn is popped in canola oil. Wow. Yeah, 48 grams of fat. Oh, of fat. I don't care about the fat.
For a while, didn't we have an actual pass from AMC?
Yeah, we did.
So that's why we go there too.
So up to 148 total carbs, Lynette. Wow.
And I think that's also why we got rid of our concert pass thing too, for those 2 venues up there in Houston, because we looked at the next schedule, all the acts that are coming, and nothing was on hit us. So never mind.
But yeah, canola oil. So now, see, that's probably why I was sick every time. The canola oil, y'all. That makes sense. Right. Renee said, Shelly, did you place your order for Joanne's? I'm going to keep following up with my local store for my gargoyle. He must come home with me. I did sign up for the alert for the gargoyle at home. The Joanne's, no. So this is what I do, y'all. And I feel pretty.
Fill them in on what y'all are talking about.
Yeah. So, Renee is decorating her house. So she has a great reason to go shopping. A lot of the stores like Joanne, Michael's, At Home are doing a halfway to Halloween. So they're putting out a lot of Halloween stuff now, for this month since we're halfway to it. And then who knows what'll happen at Halloween, how much more they're going to do. And so Joann's has a whole line of great stuff. So Renee was showing me all the stuff she got from Joann's, and it's all incredible. So many great pieces. So I started looking at Joann's, and this is what I do. I go, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Everything I see, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. And then I look at my cart, and it's over $200. And I'm like,
maybe not.
Maybe not. And this is the new thing I'm doing. Come to saving money, right? Like they suggest, I don't buy immediately. I wait at least 24 hours and then think, okay, did I really need that? Or was it just the dopamine hit? And so I started going back because we did that Friday right before the live. I was like, add. And since then I've been like, okay, no, we don't really need the table ghost that's like the shadow ghost. I'm like, we don't really need that. Where are we going to put this? I don't need that. I already got 500 mugs. I don't need a new mug.
Because remember I showed you one for bones.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm probably not going to buy any of it, to be honest with you. Because even with, I found a coupon that would give 20% off and it brought it down to $160. But I'm like, I spent $180 on groceries this week. I'm like,
and that was even bothering her.
Yeah. And I'm like, I think I'll just stick to not buying it. But it's there. It's there in the cart, right? But yeah, we spent a lot this week on groceries because we did a Sam's pickup. So we had to get Heath's pellets for his smoker.
Well, I don't understand why it's mine because we're using them right now to cook your food. In fact, what's it at right now? What's the temp?
Let's see. But I put in a big order for Sam's, and Sam's alone was $73. It says 161.
Okay.
So we're smoking pork belly burnt ends, y'all.
And we didn't spritz them. Should I go do that?
Yeah, spritz it. Just spritz it real good. So
where's that?
It should be in the pantry. So yeah, $73 just in Sam's alone. Of course, the stuff I buy is going to last a while, right? And then ended up with the different stores, $180 yesterday. So yeah, I feel like I maxed out. Bridget said we had watched all of the Lord of the Rings with the kids. Oh, how fun. Last movie hubby and I went to was The Hobbits. $5 Sunday matinee years ago. Right. See, it's just so much easier nowadays to stream things, right? Oh, but that was fun to go to the Lord of the Rings. Oh, he's got a problem, y'all.
I can't find a spritz bottle.
It's there right in the pantry. You just got to look.
Okay, that's where I'm looking. Because it's the fancy one with the little green ring on it.
I thought it was on not the top shelf, the second shelf down. Sean said the movie theater butter used to cause major issues for me, so we didn't get the butter. Well, see, that was the thing, is it always caused major issues for me. Like, it really messed with me. That's why I say, I know for me personally, I can't have the seed oils because even pre-keto, those messed with me. Like, if we went anywhere and got fried food, because 99% of the places fry the food in some type of seed oil, I was sick within 30 minutes of eating it. The popcorn, always horrible, like upset stomach, everything else afterwards. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. AMC Theater uses canola oil. Yeah, no wonder I would get, wasn't just the popcorn, because that's what they would say. Well, it's because you're having popcorn. I'm like, no, I think it's all the seed oil I put all over it. I can't even imagine, plus the oil that's in that dang butter. Right. Carbs and inflammatory poison. What were we thinking? Exactly. Right. And Lynette said, I wasn't thinking, I was letting my food addiction rule what went in my mouth. No more, never again. Exactly. Like, it really was. It was like, oh. Renee said, right? No wonder we were walking time bombs and so much pain and misery.
All right. Well, I guess we're just not going to spritz it.
I guess I'll find it in a few minutes, y'all.
All right.
Renee said, not many people can pull off black lipstick. Oh, really? But I think the little bits of black lowlights in your red hair really compliment it. Oh, thank you, Renee.
I looked on every shelf where you said it's not there.
Okay. Well, hold on. Here, you come talk to everybody and I'll go get it.
I want you to show it to me, though.
How can I show it to you from here?
You're going to have to walk in there and show me.
But then nobody's on camera and we're having a live.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go check, y'all.
I hope I can see.
Well, you don't have to read comments. Just talk to them about how your week's going, how work's going.
Work's going tremendously well, honestly. I'm loving this new job. And honestly, it's kind of crazy. I just noticed, what is it, June, right? Well, come August, I've been there a year. I can't believe I've been there that long already. And I'm sorry, y'all, I can't read the comments because my eyes can't focus on it very well. Or for me able to do it, I have to blow it up and then...
It's okay. I've already got it.
You found it?
Yeah, it was right where I said it was.
I don't understand.
This is how it was, y'all. Here, back up.
You can get out of the way because I got to get up anyways.
This is how it was in our pantry. Here, this is the wall. It was right here, and there was something like literally like this.
15 different things.
Well, you didn't move. Like, it was literally like that. Like, you could see part of it.
And that's that green. That's not green.
No, it's like purple, blue. Seriously, ladies. It was right there. Don't get it. Renee said, I found this too. 1 ounce of oil-popped white popcorn contains 16 grams of carbs. Wow.
You want to go back outside?
Renee said, I've been saving since I moved in because I knew the Halloween decor was how I wanted to decorate. I still feel guilty spending so much, but it's for year-round decor and it's not catchy stuff.
Right.
No, and that's why I said for you, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you bought your house last year after Halloween season.
And it's your forever home, too.
Right. And so I would totally do that, too. If I was moved and redoing the house. Like I was telling him, I said a lot of the stuff, like you even said on a couple things, because I like it's like a ghostly figure. Like you just see the cape.
Almost.
Yeah. And it's a shelf sitter. And he's like, yeah, but where are you going to put it? I was like, exactly. Because I feel like I've already bought everything in past years now it's like, okay, where would it actually go? I'd have to move something to put it there.
Or we've been gifted things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting a couple pictures because they're like in my office, I'm redoing that. So yeah, it makes sense to put a picture up in my office, but is it a need versus a want? And I'm like, yeah. And like I told him, when we want to do stuff, I'm like, look, do we really want to spend that $160 for this stuff? Or we've got the road trip next year that would pay for a few things on the road trip. Because
we've been having this little debate, I guess you'd say, back and forth about going out to eat too. And I'm like, well, on that trip, we're going to be eating out every single day.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm like,
do you want to eat out now or eat out then?
Right. That's what I've been trying to push is like, look, we need to really save so we can, not feel guilty when we're on the road trip next year. And we have one planned for 2026. So we want to save up for that too.
But then you also said that one restaurant put out their new monthly video.
Their summer.
But then also we saw the other day, we want to go back to Taste of Texas.
Yeah, but eventually.
No, but see, the thing with that is there's no deadline on that one. We can go there anytime.
Exactly. Sean said, pork belly brisket ready to go for dinner. Ooh.
Pork belly brisket? Wow, that's awesome.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds awesome.
We just did pork belly burnt ends. So we've got the, what is that called? The rack?
Yeah, the baker's.
The baker's rack on top of a aluminum pan.
Ooh.
And so we went through, and this is the pork belly we got from Aldi, coated every little nugget in our pork and poultry. Like it's just like solid pork and poultry all over it. And we have it on the rack. And so as it's smoking, yeah, there's our barbecue sauce. As it's smoking, then all of that fat juices is going down in the pan. So once it reaches temperature, then we're going to, in that pan, that all that fat rendered, we're going to put all of that in there along with barbecue sauce and really coat it up so they're just like,
little morsels.
Oh, it's going to be divine, y'all. I'm so excited.
Oh, and you know what we're going to do with it? We're going to put that pan in front of us on the little table there. We're going to eat it while we're watching Bridgerton.
Oh, nice. Or probably while my train is on.
Take that, popcorn.
2ATQ Cat said that whole put it in your cart, but wait a day before purchasing really does work. I will talk myself out of any purchases I don't really need if I just wait. Guess I didn't really need it.
What I love about that too, a lot of times, it's actually beneficial too. The companies will start sending you coupons for it too.
Right. They'll be like, we saw this was in your cart. Here, take 25% off. That you're right, Lynn. It does work.
Yeah.
And it really makes me, because I mean, it's just stuff, y'all. And I think that's
dust collector.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but I find with Halloween, and maybe it's the house I'm in, like people act like you better get this. Only a limited number of people are going to get it. And then you're just SOL. FOMO. And they really put that FOMO out there. And this year, I'm just trying to approach it as more of a, you know what? When like the gargoyle is really cool. It's like, what did I say? 2.5 feet tall gargoyle, $120. And I'm like, you know, I could put the money aside to plan for it. But if they don't have it, then it just wasn't meant to be, right? It's not the end of the world. There'll be others available eventually. And, you know, if it's a really popular item, they'll come back with it again because they've done that too. Where, remember the hand, Bath and Body Works had a hand that held a candle. Well, those sold out real quick. But guess what? Then there was 5 million knockoffs for the same thing. Mm-hmm. So just, you know, so I'm just like, you know what? I'll wait. It's not a big deal. It's like not a need. I would rather, you know, like you said, when we're on our trip next year, I don't want to be like, well, we can't afford to buy cheese here at Big Barn of Cheese.
That the other thing too on the trip, you're going with souvenirs also.
Right.
We're going to need more hot sauces.
Yeah. Renee said the line at home is called Southern Gothic. Oh, thank you. And the core is heavy duty stuff. It really looks good. I like that Southern Gothic. Plus, sometimes when you have stuff in your cart, the company emails you saying, did you forget, with an added incentive discount. See, that's the best part. And that's why, you know, yeah, I always wait and then think it over too. It allows me to kind of come down from that shopping high and really debate, okay, do we need that?
You know what another problem you run into sometimes, though? You end up spending a little bit more money so you get free shipping.
Yeah, that's true, too. Tweet TQ Cat said, At Home has awesome stuff. I don't have any place to store too many things, though. See, that's where Renee's doing a lot of her shopping is At Home, and they do have some amazing stuff.
And with her setup right now, all she has is room.
Right, and then she got the Raven post, and that was really cool. Renee said, I don't have a lot of storage space here either, but the decor will stay out year long. Exactly. And that's how I feel too about, there's certain Halloween stuff that, does go in a tote and I get out at Halloween, but my favorite pieces, they stay out year round because they're my favorite. I want to see them all the time, not just once a year. Right. Yes, I've got discounts from places by leaving things in my cart. I love that, right? Shad said, wow, I can't believe it's been almost a year since you started your job, Heath.
I know, August.
I know, that's awesome.
Sure.
Brenda said, yeah, road trip, excited. Me too. Only 9 months left.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through June.
Uh-huh.
We're halfway through this year, y'all.
You know what that means? We still got to plan this month's cook along.
I know.
Schedule it. You know what I mean?
Well, I got to do.
And we got to do the.
We have to do the recipe and record it before we could schedule.
I think that's what we're doing this week. I guess. No, we don't have the stuff. So I guess that's what I'm doing Tuesday, huh? You gonna get the stuff?
No, I think I have all the
everything?
stuff. Oh yeah, we only have 2 more Saturdays left.
So is it this Saturday or the next? I guess.
No, it won't be this Saturday. I can tell you that right now.
Okay. Well, I guess y'all heard it. What Saturday is gonna be?
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, excited for the road trip, and like we're gonna go to that big barn of cheese. I think Maitreya and Sharon are gonna take us. And I told Heath, I said, look, anytime we feel like we want to go out to eat or buy something, think of it this way: do you want to, or do you want that money to buy your cheese?
Right. Well, there's been several times when you had the idea to go out.
I know, and you're supposed to talk me down, like I talk you down.
Yeah.
But you go, yes, dear.
Because I want to go too.
Uh-huh. Renee
Just
said,
like today, she told me I couldn't do it. I went and got the Dutch. Well, right beside Dutch is a Gringos. And I got an email for Father's Day. They're doing a bonus program. If you buy a $50 gift card, you get a $10 bonus card. I'm like, hey, look, we're going to spend the money anyways. We're going to end up going out to eat there. Why not go ahead and get a bonus on it? She said, yeah, that'd be great, but we don't have the money right now.
yeah. I'm like, I just spent all this money on groceries yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we're not going out to eat. We're just saving it for when we do go out to eat, so we get an extra $10 for free.
Renee said, I still have nothing on my walls here except for the little thing Shauna made me for my name,
Aww.
Home Established, and that's just set on top of my ADT panel.
Aww.
See? And that's good. But again, you've got a home you've got to shop for. This is the time. You got to get it while you can.
Right.
Because you know the rest of the year, you're not going to be able to find stuff that you want for your home.
And she's a little bit more at a better spot for it, is what I'm saying, though, is because like when you were talking about it, like, okay, if I get it, where am I going to put it? But when she's going through and looking on, she's like, oh, I know this will go here, this will go here. She's like actually can plan it a little better. Where our stuff is already cluttered.
Yeah. Renee said Joann's has some really gorgeous Halloween fabrics too. Not sure if $13 to $15 a yard is a good price. Oh, they did have sales too. Wow. I remember when I used to sew a lot, I thought $3 to $5 a yard was expensive. 13 to 15? I don't know if I could pull myself to spend that. Ugh. Renee said, I got an email for points built up for at home. They revamped their reward system recently to get more discounts per year. So I have a discount code for the gargoyle. Ooh.
That's awesome.
I can post pics on the Hungry Horde page if y'all want. Want to bombard with unrelated stuff.
All right, vote on it now. Yes.
I've shown a few of y'all by Messenger. To me, that's not unrelated. I look at the Hungry Horde group as this is our group.
Yeah.
You post whatever's going on in your life.
Yeah.
It does not. You're part of the Hungry Horde, so therefore it's relatable.
And Renee, you're a Hungry Horde OG. Okay.
Renee said Joann's has a hilarious skeleton sewing machine thing I did not buy, but took a little video of him in the store, which is amazing. I love the sewing machine. Yes, Brenda F. I love to see the sewing machine. Please post it, Renee, because that is hilarious. The sewing machine. Oh my gosh.
Because look, Renee, if you post a picture and nobody cares, they'll just keep scrolling. You're not going to offend anybody with it.
No. 22Q Cat said, that's a good deal when you buy the gift cards to restaurants and then you get a bonus gift card. The ones I've gotten have a short expiration on the bonus ones, though.
Yes, that's true. I didn't read the fine print. I just saw that.
Yeah, because sometimes they only give you a month to use it. And
well, we will.
But sometimes you can't use the bonus with another one either. You know? I've done that before. Remember, we've gone in there, like, if you go in, then you get, if you buy $50 today, you get a 10 for next time. Right. So you don't get to use it at the same time.
Right. Because remember, one of the Brazilians up here does that too, like a free Mother's Day thing.
Mm-hmm. And Brenda said yes. And Renee said the fabrics are nice lace or texture with skull spider webs and such.
Oh, nice.
I did see some of them. I mean, yeah, they're pretty, but I'm just, ooh. Right now, I don't know. I wouldn't spend that, but I would have to get out my sewing machine and figure out what I wanted to sew with it. Like you could make curtains with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you wanted to do that, that'd be a good way to make some curtains in the fabric or if you wanted to make, pillows for like your bed or a couch, that's an easy way of doing it. And yeah, probably $15 a yard. You could more than likely get a couple pillows out of that. So that would be a good price. I don't know. Do you sew, Renee, and know how to sew a pillow? And that's to me the basic sewing. There's 4. It's real easy.
More than I can do.
And then get the insert, or if you already have an insert, you can do that. Yeah. So, any last questions? We've been going at this for 2 hours. We need to get in a couple episodes of Bridgerton. And before Maitreya goes live at 5 East or 5 Central, Renee said she'll post the sewing machine, at least for now. Oh, good. And Shad said, we used to buy restaurant gift cards from Kroger back when you get 4 times points. Yeah, yes. They still do that. If you have a Kroger, you just have to clip the coupon. I've been seeing, they've been doing that a lot, like with Mother's Day last month and Father's Day. They've been doing the 4 times on gift cards.
We looked at doing it before, too, at Sam's and Costco. Buying the whole page of them.
Yeah, but this is because then you get 4 times back.
That's awesome, too, though.
Yeah, I thought about that because I actually was looking because a lot of the gas stations I know on our trip are Love's.
Yeah.
So I checked Kroger to see if they have Love's gas gift cards, and they don't. Because I was like, well, then I can, buy the gift card and then use it for the trip next year. But they don't carry. It's mostly like Chevron and Shell. And I'm like,
When we're going, have we charted out yet if there are going to be Sam's in the area? We can go there and get gas too.
Yeah, we can. But I know for sure we're stopping on a lot of Love's because they have dog parks.
Okay. That's why I was just checking though.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Lynette was letting them know.
Still? Well, they don't do the deals though, so it doesn't matter.
Right. It's just mostly for the fuel points at Kroger, especially if you're doing that. So I'll probably still look at that closer to when we're, really getting in the last stretch of the road trip and see what we can do as far as a gift card, while we're on the road for stuff. Because I know they have Buffalo Wild Wings, and that's a good one to get. And I feel like there was a couple others that was like, oh, that'd be nice to get and have. And then we get the fuel points, and then we can hit a Kroger and use that up. But then the Kroger fuel points, like you only have 1 month to use them, and I wish they rolled over.
Yeah.
That sucks that and I swear they used to roll over, but now they don't. So when May's over, nope, that's it. So and what sucks is, like in May, I had 80 points, so I didn't even have enough to get 10 cents off.
It's use it or lose it.
Right, and they don't roll over. And I'm like, but I wanted to roll over, add those points to the next month. Renee said, okay, posted that real quick. And that's what I was thinking is curtains, because I can't seem to find the ones I love. I could sew, but would have to buy a machine, but curtains would have to be 84 inches. Yeah. So that is the best thing, because that's what my mother used to do is she would want the curtains to be a certain way. And so she would go buy the fabric and make her own curtains for the house. So that is the way to get the curtains you want. And I have noticed there's a couple sites that sell kind of like Gothic or Halloween type curtains, but they're really expensive. So it's kind of like, well, do you want to get it and make it yourself? Or do you want to get exactly what you want? Or do you want to, take a chance buying some that are pre-made? But I have a sewing machine, Renee. You could always get the stuff and bring it to my house and sew it up. Sean said, Shell is the only one that can take advantage now because I'm pretty far away from a Kroger. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the problem too, right? If there's not a Kroger nearby. Mom Marilyn, skip. She said, Shelly, do you have until the end of the very next month to use those points at Kroger? Right. So May's, you have until the end of June. Right. Look at your sales rate. It tells you when they expire. Yeah. But that's what I mean is like, so for example, in May, I had 80 points. But if I want to use it this month, I can't because it's in 100-point increments. And they won't combine May with whatever I've accumulated in June. So it's kind of at a loss.
And part of the thing too is we don't, because you use it for fuel points, right? We don't drive enough to actually need to fill up again.
Well, I mean, usually I have to fill up once a month, but I'm just saying, like, here, I'm going to pull up.
Get your credits.
I'm going to pull up so I can explain. Rewards. Fuel points. Once it loads. And Renee said, is there a reloadable gift card that you can get that others can gift you by adding to your balance? Oh, I don't know if there's a reloadable gift card.
If they do, they're the standalones, like the only ones I know of.
So yeah, see, I had it right. So for May, it's 80 points, expires June 30th. And then for June, I have 86 points that'll expire in July. But see, I can't combine May and June's together, which would be 160 points, and then I get 10 cents off. It won't let me combine the previous month with the current.
Because you know what it wants it to do? It wants you to spend enough to make your 100.
Right, because it's 10 cents for every...
So just get another thing of lilies or whatever, I guess. I don't know.
Well, May's already over with.
No. For in the future, though, to get your 100 points is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, it just depends on how it ends, though. But, for June, I'll probably make it, since we have 2 more Saturdays left. But still, it's like I want them to combine. And I feel like at one point they did. It wasn't just, it's only for May. It was like, okay, like it would have, I feel like it used to say, okay, you would have 166 points with 80 expiring June 30th, something like that. But now they don't do it that way. Lynette said, Shelly, when you pump gas at Kroger, there's a screen that asks you what 10 increments you want to use on that purchase. So if you had 80 cents to spend, you can spend any portion of that on the day's gas. But it's 100 points is what you need for the 10 cents off. So since it's not 100 points, I wouldn't get the 10 cents, is my understanding. That's what it says. Save 10 cents a gallon at the fuel center for every 100 points you redeem. So when I've gone before is I'll put it in here and then it'll say, okay, what points do you want to use? And it'll say May or June. It'll have 1 or 2. Well, because neither 1 or 100 points, I wouldn't be able to combine May plus June. Because one time I thought I could and be like, oh, okay, I've, had, 120 points for May, for example, but I had 400 for June. So I was like, ooh, that's 500 points altogether. I should get 50 cents off, but it won't let you even combine those. It's one or the other. And I made that mistake one time because I had something similar like that. I was like, okay, and I selected one for the 10 cents. And I was like, okay, but now I want to add the June and get my other 40 cents. And it wouldn't let me do that. It was one or the other. Lynette said, you're correct. You cannot combine the months, but 80 cents off every single, but it wouldn't be 80 cents. It's 0 cents because I only have 80 points. So maybe I'm saying it wrong. So for May, I have 80 points. So I don't have enough points for even 10 cents off. So I think what you get at Kroger, no matter what, you get 3 cents off per gallon just for being a Kroger card member, but I wouldn't get anything else. Renee said, right, they have another one that is smaller and has wood-like look to it. Oh, the sewing machine. I didn't see the smaller one. That is adorable, though. All right. I know Yeah, not 80. If I had 80 cents, man, I'd be filling up. But yeah, doesn't equal anything. And that's what what kind of sucks about it, because again, it's like with Kroger, like right now, because he thought this too. He was like, "Oh, we'll just start, shopping, and we'll let those points accumulate." And I'm like, "No, we can't. We can't accumulate points now to use in March next year." And because he thought that too, he thought, "Oh, we'll just bank it." And I'm like, "No, that's not how it works.
It's a use it or lose it."
Yeah, you have a month after it ends to use those points. So basically, whatever we accumulate in February next year is what we can use on the trip.
So it sounds like we need a letter writing campaign to have them fix it.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to fix it. But yeah, so I'm thinking, I'll take a look again, for gift cards for various things next year. I think last time we did the road trip to KPL, we did Sam's gift cards. Yeah. So we had a few Sam's gift cards that we used.
Did Sam's gas cards.
Yeah, Sam's gas cards. Yeah. And then I know, like with my job, I earn points, for being a spectacular worker, and I can cash in those points for various gift cards. And so I think that's how I got some of the Sam's gas card, and I've gotten a Kroger gas card.
Remember how I got the $15 one there?
Yeah.
My job. I didn't even look to see if there's gas cards.
There was. Okay. Yeah. But so that's something, that maybe we'll use that as well, and that would be free. The only thing is, and it's probably the same with your job, is anytime I cash in those points, I have to pay taxes on it. So if I cash in, say, to get $100 gift card, then that's added to
your paycheck.
My paycheck as $100 that then I have to pay a little more taxes on.
That's garbage.
Yeah, so that's the only thing about that. So I try to plan it out so I'm not like a big hit, because one time when I got $500 worth of points, I cashed it in for a $500 Visa card so we could pay on that low carb cruise. And then, that was a pretty big hit in my paycheck I was not expecting.
Right. So
I found that it's better to kind of like space those out, so it's not like a $500 hit at once. Renee said, I used to have an antique singer that was a wood table that the Skelly machine would be cute on. Oh, that is.
Nice. Awesome.
That would be cute. Okay. Yeah. So Lynette was saying, she thinks that's a little high for fabric.
Yeah, she's gonna know.
Like maybe it's got embroidery on it or beads. That's pretty expensive. Okay, so it's not. I thought, wow, it's been a while since I've shopped for fabric. That I thought that seemed high, so it's not just me. But again, if it is a specialty item, and I do know that anytime it's Halloween, some special theme, they immediately double the price on anything, because they're like, oh, this is a specialty item.
It's like they do at the hotel. It was a certain time of year that the rates go up.
Right. And that's the and it seems like Halloween stuff has gotten such a big drive for people who collect Halloween. So all of the Halloween stuff is a lot more expensive nowadays, because they know that's why they're doing this halfway to Halloween, because they know there's so many people who collect all the Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay, I figured it's probably overpriced. Seems Joanne's has turned like Hobby Lobby with high prices and discounts to make you feel like you're getting a deal. Exactly. Right. Oh yeah. Look, it's only 20% off. So this is the price. Look, you save so much. And it's like, that's what you wanted to sell it at to begin with.
Yeah.
A lot of them. All right. I know I've already said it, but we're going to end the live because we got some Bridgerton to do. And I'm actually getting hungry. I haven't eaten today. I've had my Dutch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make myself a little salad, and then we're going to chill until the pork belly's ready, and then watch Maitreya Radical Geek at 5 Central.
Right. What is it?
It's 3.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. and we still haven't locked down what we're doing Friday yet, but it's going to be good.
I thought we did, but
No,
okay.
We didn't. Well, we haven't been telling Heath what we're going to be making.
I thought we had a discussion about the cheesecake.
Was I awake?
Yes. All right.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Love you. Have a great week. We'll see you on
Thank you.
Friday.